abused and used. Then as I had a remarkable wife that allowed me to do this work. And as the years went by, I became very successful at it and feel that it's a gift. And I wouldn't know what else to do. The thing that's very depressing about this business too, there's two trains of thoughts from people out there that are negative. And the first one is that these are really fallen, dirty people. I mean, that they are, ugh, why should we have anything to do with? And the second thing that I've come to really learn is, who are you kidding? Who are you going to turn around? You can't turn them around. They're so damaged. Well, we've proven that we can. We've got them. So that's the two biggest things you face.
And I think you had alluded to it before. I think that the key, very simply, is love. And in the good book, it says the greatest gift there is love. And then when it's genuine, it can move mountains. And I think you are definitely a testimony to that.
Yes, but it can also bite you.
Oh, it definitely bites you. But it can change people. Yeah. And that's the whole point. You change their attitude, you change how they look at things, you change the person. And you change how they see the world and deal with the world.
When I first started out in this field, basically, yes, I was an abused child and had all of my own problems, but I was new at this field. And I was surrounded by what literally seemed armies of young kids, young women in severe trouble. And I got confused. I didn't know exactly how to approach these people and what to say to them and how to get them motivated. I had a partner in the very beginning, Sharon Fletcher, and Sharon is quite a woman to this day. And I think that was what Sharon found too, that it was so difficult to reach them and then to know exactly what to do at that moment to help them. They all changed their stories a lot, but the one thread that ran through all of the young women was how they were physically and mentally and sexually abused. I wish in many ways that I could go back and work with the ones that I worked with way back then, and I think I could have gotten a lot more of them off the street than what I know now and how to conduct myself and what to do to get them help. How I think I've improved, that's a very good question. How I think I've improved is that instead of doing all the talking up front, to try to convince them that, you know, I'm a good guy, I want to help you, I've got this for you, I've got that for you. I think the biggest improvement is I listen. I totally listen to what they have to say. And that gives you a total understanding of where these kids are coming from. And I think if I improved any, it's that I really am a listener now. And not just, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. Because what was I going to do, really, at the time? Not much. So at least when you listen, you can get a plan going, and you can understand how to institute that plan and what to do about their condition. And then another thing I've done over the years that's helped dramatically is get to know who their family members are. Who is that person in that family that is absolutely loves you and is willing to, under any circumstances, to help you.
So you can't go out there as a do-gooder.
No.
They pick you up right away.
Yeah.
But you need the compassion of Jesus.
When you're preparing to do field work, it is extremely important to follow the outreach protocols set forth by your agency. Keep in mind that you're offering options to exploited persons that their pimps and traffickers consider to be their property and cash grab. This can, on occasion, result in some hostility. The best way to deal with this is be prepared ahead of time, know the area well, and be aware of emergency escape routes. That being said, outreach is much easier than people imagine. When you come across a person you think is exploited, greet them. Tell them you're an outreach worker and ask them if they need anything. If they seem as though they're willing to talk, put your hand out and introduce yourself. just like you would when you meet anybody else. Keep in mind that you're talking to a person. Don't treat him or her as a victim. Don't assume that you know what they need. Let them tell you. Never make any promises. Remember that your goal is to earn their trust, and that even a well-intentioned lie will break that trust. Have something with you that you can give them. It doesn't have to be big, but if you can offer a snack, a personal hygiene product, or clothing, you accomplish two things. First of all, you've given them something that they desperately need. And secondly, you've bought them some time to talk to you. The pimps and traffickers might get angry at them for talking to you, but if they have something to show for the conversation that saves the pimps some money, they're less likely to punish the girls for having taken the time away from turning tricks to talk to you.
Because there's not instant gratification. Even I look at the prostitutes in the Compton area and Watts and what goes on, the children on the street. But even with you, this is in the trenches, man. This is long term because you don't see immediate results.
No.
And there's not that instant gratification. And now a lot of people are jumping into this field because there's money, there's grants, so on. But a lot of them don't know what they're doing.
Oh God, Barbara, tell me about it.
You know, and it's sad because. Or if they start something, they're not there next year.
No.
I mean, that's even worse almost than
You probably already have gathered or may know from your own experience that this job can be really hard on you mentally and emotionally. And it can definitely have a heavy drain on you and on your daily life. Some of the ways that you might want to consider to keep yourself emotionally sane is one of my college professors, Julie Felton, came up with. She told me to start journaling and keep a real accurate record of not only what you see but how it makes you feel, so you can kind of get it out of your system. And another way is that you really have to concentrate on your spirituality. You have to make sure to set the time aside for yourself to meditate and let your mind be cleared and let your soul be restored. Make sure you talk to your outreach mates and your fellow workers, as well as if you have a chance to talk to a professional and really get all of what you've seen out and sort of go through a debriefing process where you can actually talk to another human being about what's going on and how it was for you. While journaling, debriefing, and finding a spiritual outlet are important for maintaining emotional health, so is humor. So don't forget to laugh. It's really a great tension reducer.